for sure. And then obviously Overpass, Vertex, one of their best maps, but we just don't know how map 2 is going to go, to be honest. Paradox, like I said, double overtime against looking for Orgs. Looking for Org and Overpass is their best map. So, I mean, it's going to be close for sure.
And map 3 being Inferno, of course, and that could be, like I say, that'll be up to the aimers. And I really, really favor Paradox and the aim duel there. I'm just going to go to opposite because otherwise wearing a Vertex jersey would be pointless. Let's just say Vertex 2-1, okay?
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
in that case, then I'll go for a Paradox 2-0.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do that then. Anyway, we just I think we're just getting one more player in at the moment. But either way, you got Nuke here being being Paradox's map pick, being on the T side first. This is kind of the hard part of having a Nuke as one of your best maps, is because you have to deal with being T side first, and T side Nuke can be ranging from absolutely phenomenal to oh god, this CT side's too strong, because CT's can effectively win with MP9s and CZs in some rounds because Nuke has so many closed angles, and sometimes T sides can be like, a war of attrition, or just you just getting onto sites with ease, basically. It's all about this map control.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see how really Vertex are going to play and how well this map's going to go for them. Obviously, that being the Paradox pick. I think Vertex aren't going to be too concerned with Nuke being picked. Obviously, they picked it themselves against Order. I think from what I was reading on the back of that Order match earlier on today, they just didn't get off to a great start on their second half CT side with Order finishing the first half 11-4. It was just too little too late for Vertex to really pick anything up, so they're going to want to get off to a good CT start here and out against Paradox.
Well, not to mention as well with Paradox, they're reinforced with ASAP and Nedic being in the roster now. Chilios gets the Deagle out early, so that's going to surprise Addict a bit. But, I'm going to say Vertex, even though I think they're going to win 2-1, they're definitely underdogs going into this, because I feel like Paradox have definitely got the better players on paper. To be fair, Vertex have been grinding it away, trying to make the team. They're going through a bit of a rough patch at the moment where they're grinding out results. Some of them not going their way, some of them are going their way, compared to previous seasons where they, got to the finals of the ESL Premier. Now Ruffle Curl and Ram, Brace, the IGL himself. And PZ will flank around, takes down Danger in the end, as Danger's lining up the nades. Apoc Dud on top of fight. It could be a Hunt Speed execute. It is Hunt Speed execute. Apoc Dud trying to snatch it. Snatch it kills here. It's going to be 1-for-1. Have a PZ. Will flank again. Gets a second. And Addict, he swings around. There's just energy left and a very good hold from Vertex there. Great flank by PZ.
Yep, and not only that, you've got the confidence, you've kept 4 players alive, so Kevlar can be saved. Don't need to spend $650 or $1,000 as long as you haven't taken any damage. So money going to be built early on for Vertex. Paradox, obviously on the T side, Nuke, there's no demand that you have to win rounds early, but you most certainly don't want to give up 5-6 rounds early on to the CT side.
Paradox going for a force buy. Yeah, I do agree with this gamble going for the force buy, because you need to win rounds here. Otherwise, that CT side economy, if it gets out of hand, you ain't getting to get into sights.
Well, not only that, they had really good force buys with, the pistols and AKs against looking for Org earlier on, and ASAP has taken a shot from the scout. So, not the ideal start for him. Paradox are just going to slow things down.
I say, PC is the main AWPer for Vertex. He's gone on DM4, Brace with the scout, and Brace, showing some results. I think Brace is the secondary AWP as well, so Brace going to scout. Now it's just deals elsewhere. Smoke's been thrown to the site, but they're not executing on it. Paradox just yet. Now PZ just looking for information. Down the B bomb side, Paradox. Gotta find an opening here on their force buy. Otherwise, just another E-code Vertex will get free. And a potential push, or potential economy booster here as well. Now Chelios and Danger setting up the smokes as secret. It's gotta find an entry here. If they do get into the secret, it'll be a big win. Now Brace. He sees the smokes drop down.
There's a HE here as well.
Ooh, so they muffed the smokes. So Brace has got the perfect angle.
They've thrown the same smokes.
Yep. They might have to go for a hard squeaky execute now by default. They will pick Brace. They do spot Brace. Brace, did he get a dink? He didn't think anyone going for a hard squeaky execute with the mini push. Now Addict with the MP9. He wins one duel but loses the rest. Now Apoc, he's got the close combat here. PZ, they're having the... player being Brace, and PZ comes in from behind once again. Makes a second round on the board, and they pick up some AKs out of that as well.
Yep, just the one AK, but better than none. And they've even saved an M4 onto Brace as well. If you saw at the end, just heads up play, shooting that M4 towards Brace to pick up, and he does just that. Ruffleco with the FAMAS, and Apok brings an M4 as well. Addict going to have a field day here if they run into him, because there's no Kevlar apart from Chelios. So that MP9 can really shred the tees. And there's the first on cue. Netic gets found, and Addict is looking for more.
Indeed, gets the first pick. Addict, definitely a very, very, composed player, I'm going to say. Like, even the pressure scenarios, he's very, very composed. He does his job. He gets the 1 or 2 kills or 2 or 3 kills just to hold a position, buy a lot of time for VERTEX. And he's been one of the, probably, star players of the roster as well. He can be underrated. And he can go under the radar as well. Like, you don't see him, making a lot of impact. But, like, after looking at the demos, stuff like that, you see him making a huge impact with his frags and stuff like that as well. Especially with his anti-eco kills as well. Now Chelios just spamming the AK through the smoke. Trying to get any sort of damage on VERTEX at the moment. VERTEX's CT side of Nuke looking pretty good at the moment. Addict's going to T-Vents instead. Ruffleco seeing a body. Apok Dud will take down Danny G on the other end though. Now ASAP, they're going to try and wrap around onto the site. Now ASAP, 1D's Brace. Brace wasn't looking at his location. And Brace gets one from Big Garage now. Chelios trying to open up the angle. Chelios takes down Apok Dud at blue box. And he finds Addict. He does find Addict, but Addict is just better with the MP9. Danger to 1D trade though. AKs can be picked up. Rotations will come through, and they could go straight to the B. Bombs like Ruffleco. Checking yard. PZ. Good work by PZ there. Adjusting on the B side. Straight away going into the vents. Danger's being tagged up. And Ruffleco should be able to stop this bomb plant. Oh, no, he may not be able to. Well, he'll be able to eventually. And Danger couldn't get the bomb planted. Third round on the board for VERTEX, and a crucial stop by Ruffleco there.
Yep, and Danger would have got the plant down if he didn't get off it. Maybe just a bit of panic after his teammate dies while punching in the digits, but nevertheless, Chelios is going to afford another AK. And Netic's going to sacrifice some utility in exchange for no rifle. So he'll be in with a Tech 9 this round. But yeah, you really don't want the CTs building that economy. They did find kills last round, but still, if they don't find kills in this round, the money for VERTEX is going to be great early on.
Like I say, Paradox doing a pretty good job so far at keeping their economy low. I think their economy had been the highest on the second round when they won the second round. So third round they did some damage, and that's what they kind of need to do if they want to get into these sites on T side. It is very, very difficult sometimes. Danny G taken up by Apok Dud from CT vents. Addict is hoping a hard XP goes through. Apok Dud's being just wall banged and bullied by nades at this point. He has to abandon CT vents. Meanwhile, Paradox just trying to find an opening, trying to trade back Apok Dud for their fallen teammate. Addict on the off angle at heart. Paradox? Wonder what they can do at the moment. Maybe they've tried a few different strategies at the moment. Brace on ramp. Going for a ramp play. Danger's gonna be careful here, because if they gotta check Brace. Brace touches the flash once again. They're looking for the ramp player at the moment. Danger just checking all the angles. The elbow spots out, but Brace wins the duel against Danger. Traded out by Chelios though. Brace thought he was actually safe there in the end. He was actually being like, oh, I'm all good. And a few seconds later, half a second later to be exact, traded out. Now ASAP sneaking for via Mini. They've given no information he's coming through Mini. So going for another hut squeak execute. Now the jump peak goes in, flashbang goes up. Apok Dud, does he see? No, he doesn't see ASAP. Doesn't see it in the end. Apok Dud on the side. Needs to hold here. He's got too many angles to look at. ASAP still wins the duel, but Addict comes out apart. Stops Netic, takes down Chelios, making a 1v2. Now ASAP at CT vents. He's looking for the last player, PZ. He knows PZ will flank, but the time is out. And ASAP going to CT vents to be very, very careful to not lose his gun in that scenario.
Yeah, and Paradox really paying the price for not clearing out Hut, because Addict had an absolute field day just playing his time, waiting for those players to push the A site, turns around, finds 3, jobs are good, and 4-rotor scoreline for VERTEX and Paradox. This is crunch time now. You need to start finding some rounds.
For nothing. They did bite their economy a bit as well, Paradox. But not too much. Warps around as well. They're going for yard play this time. And PZ just backing off. I'm not sure if he sees a play across. I don't think he has. Ruffleco believes he's seen someone. Or was just firing at the smokes. And they put up burns ASAP in the end. And PZ just fires and hits Chelios. Secret push not looking so good for Paradox. Brace upstairs. HG going for it, and Nedic's going to go as well. And he's Kobe. And Brace is going to definitely figure that someone's in here. And Brace will get a second, taking down Danger as well. And that's the bomb dropped. And surely to round one for VERTEX here. And they just get the guns here. And it's just an absolute disaster of a round.
Yeah. Danny G needs to find 2 or 3 here to really damage the economy, but I don't think he's going to be interested. He's thinking about himself and the team and the team's economy. You can't worry about what the other team's doing when you're in a bad spot as it is. They're 5-0 down now, no money. So all they're going to have next round, because of the fact that there's no plant going down, all they're going to have is an AK. They're going to try and work off that Danny G AK. I'm not sure whether he's going to keep it or they're going to throw it on Chelios. We'll find out shortly, but what we do know for sure is it's going to be 5-0 on the scoreboard at the top of your screen in 18 seconds' time.
Yeah, just wait for the seconds to tick down. 14, 15, 12. I think they know they've won this round. But I gotta say, VERTEX, strong CT side. They've not let any of those height and squeaky executes go through. Have they? I don't think they've let them plant the bomb either. So Paradox's economy is in basically chaos.
Shattered right now.
They could force up behind this.
They could, but I think they'd probably opt for pistols.
Yeah, exactly what they're going for.
You want to buy with utility, and that's something that they have not had so far. So if they go down to 2k here, they're going to have plenty of money for AK, Kevlar, helmet, and nades next round. So Tech9s, you bite the bullet in this round, right? And then you go for a nice little win streak after.
As I said previously, Nuke, when you pick it, if you don't get that T side going, oh god, oh god, oh god.
You start to question your decisions, don't you?
Yeah, that's what Paradox are going for at the moment. VERTEX got 5-0 up. But now they're going for a hunt, quick execute. Apoc does being perfectly flashed by Danny G. Danny G does take a bit of damage, but Mini's also being smoked off as well. Brace pushes forward, does take down ASAP. PZ, he keeps getting flashed. Molotov will go down. Hoping to have an exited hut yet. Addict, well, the smoke's already up as well, so they can check below them as well. Danny G just under heaven. They've gotten to that A bomb site, so they've found some success here. Chelios will get the bomb plant. Will be the first plant of the half. So the Tech9 hunt squeak execute does work. None of the VERTEX players have gone down. It's only ASAP at the moment from Paradox. Now they got to get back in here. Flashbang's being thrown by PZ to try and get into the site. 3 players coming in from heaven. Now, they look down, they check the site. They spot Chelios. He drops. Daypop takes down Dedic. Danny G trades down. Danny G's got 1-2, but unfortunately, the rifles are way too much. And it'll be a 6th round, as long as VERTEX, of course, the few said bomb. And 6-0. And Paradox, that was encouraging. Very, very encouraging.
Yeah, if they had AKs, how different could that round have turned out? But now this is where the pressure starts mounting up now. Paradox, you need to start winning your buy rounds. They finally got a plant down. It's a step in the right direction. You now just need to find a round win some way, somehow. But you can really see, you know, Paradox obviously were always going to pick Nuke. VERTEX have gone to the drawing board. They've had just short of like 2 hours to really review their match against Order. And you could see that they've repaired all their problems that they were having against Order right now, because it's been very successful on their CT side.
Danny G for just takes on Apoc guard, and that's a good start. That's what they need. Now it's just checking on top of hut. Another smoke's being thrown out as well. Danny G trying to guess where the players are, and Brace takes down ASAP. Easy. Ooh, does he get the leg shot? No, they both missed each other.
Through the legs.
Ramp. Yeah, it must have been a nutmeg Danger. Going for the lobby player, but Brace sits him down. PZ just dropping back towards red box. Got to be careful here in trophy, because PZ, if he gets a chance, he'll take a shot. It could be successful as well. It was a rushed drop back from PZ. Now Addict on the A side. Danny G is looking for him as well. Both looking for each other. Alex got the angle though.
Yeah, he has the angle every day of the week. He
Roffico
should be
with
winning that.
the flank. Like to be thrown in. Alex goes
Yes.
for it. One. Traded out by Chelios though. Gotta be careful. Roffico's on the flank. They don't have much time. Brace and Mustang. They've got it. They might have to go here because Roffico's coming in. Now, Neddick, he's been seen. Brace will punish. And Chelios, he's going to get absolutely murdered by Roffico. And there's the flank, making it 7. And James, good old Roffico, he's going to be smiling and he's going to let them know that they're getting absolutely slaughtered on Nuke. He's going to try and get in their heads because next map's Overpass. And they know that they were very good in Overpass. So trying to get in their heads early, try to get them tilted, and then maybe get, a quick 2-0 themselves.
Yeah, and, there's not much really to fault from VERTEX so far. Really, really good map out of them. So far, so good. Paradox, still waiting to find an answer.
I think at this stage, it might want to try, maybe take it slow, try something else. But then again, Denny G wins the duel with Apoc Dud. They're going for a quick mini execute again. They're spotted. Addict on Mustang. He's taken out by Chelios. Maybe I shouldn't give any advice, but Chelios wrapping around quickly, but Rufflecoat quick to stop it. This is the first time that VERTEX have, got a stop on Yard. Now Brace rotating across. Might be able to stop this execute. If he hears a noise, he heard ASAP. Brace trying to lurk in. Doesn't want to give his position away. Bomb's going to be planted at Silo by Danger. Retakes coming in. Brace just waiting for the smoke to go away. I'm not sure if they know that Brace is at control yet. Danger, will he check control? That's the main question here. Right, Nedic. Always got to win that duel, and I think Ruffleco and Peas are going to save this. No real choice to be. Bomb site's the hardest one to get into as a retake, or as you retake.
Yeah, and especially if one of them's the AWP, not very easy. You have to overpeak something to find a pick, and it's going to see Peasy last alive, nowhere in sight to defuse the bomb, and finally, Paradox get around on the board, but they can't stop here. They're going to need to find a minimum of 3 or 4 more, as an absolute minimum, in my opinion.
Yep, definitely agree with that. Also, got to say, Paradox hitting that B bomb site instead. Also, once again, Danny G winning that important, not important duel at least, but it puts Paradox on 5v4 situation by taking out Apoc Dud again at CT vent. But the crucial pick was definitely to pick it around to allow them to just get into that B bomb site. And the B bomb site, once you've hold it, it's just really secure. Good smokes as well in the control area as well, because Brace could have really ruined the party there. They had no idea where Brace was. Now ASAP pushing Yard. Danny G takes down PZ this time. I'm going to say, with VERTEX, they may want to change that one up because Danny G seems to always aggressively pick Squeaky. Now Apoc Dud this time takes down Danny G. The duel goes the opposite direction, but the HG grenades are coming in for Apoc Dud. Because they know he's roughly a great flash.
Beautiful.
And Apoc Dud gets a second. Chelios trades out though, but overall, 2 for 1, you're going to take that. Then go for the pre-fire on Addict. He knows Addict's around here. ASAP trips up Brace from behind as he tries to go for a flank for a mini. Now, if you want on each side, Paradox in a 3v2 situation. Good advantage here. ASAP's literally behind Ruffleco, which is actually quite scary here for Ruffleco. Because his defense could be, Ruffleco's on catwalk, but Ruffleco's got to be careful here. He does get the initial peak. Ruffleco on 1 HP. Bombs dropped. Molotov's going to be thrown in. And Ruffleco will be pushed. Chelios takes a lot of damage in response. ASAP's looking for Addict. He's not sure where Addict is. Bomb is being planted. Addict flanking from ramp. It's doable. Addict via ASAP. That would be a great 1v1. Might be able to start it. Gonna check left. Chelios should get him. He does. And Chelios, well, he's going to let them know about it.
Yeah, we saw the bodies being shot from VERTEX earlier. I can't remember who it was, but someone was most certainly...
Ruffleco.
Yeah, Ruffleco was spraying an AK into someone's corpse, and now they're getting a taste of their own medicine. Paradox now with the superior buy, and this is where you don't want to be on the CT side with a bit of money, a bit of financial and money problems. I mean, Ruffleco 3.2k, Apoc Dud on 2.6k. Obviously, Peasy has the money, but he's the man that needs to be buying the orb, so he is the one that needs all the money. This time around, though, he's gonna buy up the M4. Okay, so
I think they're going to even up their money to around like 3k-ish, so they can have a good round next round.
Yeah.
Because like even if they lose the situation, they got $2,400 loss bonus. They can have full nades with the M4s.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you want at this point is for one person to have like 2k, the next person to have 5k, and then suddenly, you're kind of stuck on what to do. So, yep, going to even the money out. You're absolutely right. And Paradox are going to be looking to take advantage with the early squeaky door rush. Is it going to be down to B or is it going to be A? Looks like it's going to be A. Netting straight out. They haven't found A Pogdad yet. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but danger. Netting finds another. And that kill feed is all
Ruffleco's doing a
orange.
lot of damage at the moment, but just look at all the damage he's done on Netic and ASAP. He's just going to be not happy. Another Molotov being thrown in. They don't want Ruffleco having an inch. PC will save that M4 though for the next round. That's actually quite critical. Because they will definitely have full utility. Now, Ruffleco, he's just going to be playing for picks at this stage, but they know he's heaven. They know that Deagle's heaven at least, so Ruffleco, I don't think he's going to be lucky enough to get a kill here. Or even get a weapon. Just checking below him as well. Just making sure no one takes out PZ is probably the most important part here for Ruffleco, is that no one goes for a PZ. 3 rounds in a row for Paradox.
Yep, and it's a step in the right direction. It was looking very, very awkward. A lot of teams, you could start seeing them crumble when they have the start that Paradox have had. I mean, it was a 7-0 start for VERTEX, and suddenly Paradox bounced back with 3 rounds of their own. And what's to say, like, this half comp finished 9-6, for example? All the momentum right now is with Paradox. So we know how CT money can be. If it gets out of control for VERTEX, like it's starting to look like that could be the case, anything can happen.
Exactly, and I'm going to say as well, like, Vertex done a good start so far. They need to stop Paradox now. Like, they need to stop the Paradox if they want to continue, get to that 9th or 10th
Yeah.
round on the board. And potentially take away Paradox's map pick. You have Prime Puccini, you got 7-0 on the board. Paradox struck with a good B site hit, getting into that site. And also, not to mention, this smokes from Paradox as well, making sure that Brace, he could have denied a bomb plant, but, covered the entire control window is covered in smoke. And, very, very good for them to just completely control that B site. And not to mention, they dislodged a player that was on Silo as well. Silo is one of the strongest positions in Nuke, where essentially you can guard Toxic, double doors, and you see them before they see you, unless you push ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And, basically, Paradox able to almost weed out a few players there as well. But either way, I think Vertex probably talking that timeout. Or was it a tech pause? Not really too
It
sure.
felt like it was long enough to be a tech. Yeah, it was a tech. So, who was it? Can't see who called it in, but nevertheless, just an update with the other match. It's a 9-0 start for looking for Org against Order. So good start for them. Good start for Vertex, but Paradox in this one are looking to crawl their way back in.
Early molly towards Squeaky. Don't blame them given the fact they've constantly pushed Squeaky early on. I gotta say, this is kind of like the signature move from Paradox, just pushing Squeaky early on to try and get the early pick at Mini or CT vents. Trying to get that 5v4 advantage. Now Danny G, he dodges a HE grenade there.
And there's definitely a point of emphasis for Paradox. If you're not pushing it, you're at least showing you're pushing it. And look at what it's doing to Apuk right now. It's forcing him to play it. Whereas if you leave it alone, you don't need a player watching it at all. He can hold hut like he's doing right now. There's so many ways you could play it, but with that presence, it's a tiny, tiny choke hold, a choke point, and yeah, I mean, it's so important as a CT to hold if the T's are showing like they want to push it.
Flashbang's been thrown in. Paradox, well, they lose a player there, which is not good. Now Ruffleco on ramp, he's got to drop off ramp. Race on the off angle, which have 1, 2, 3 almost. Magnetic to trade, but Ruffleco trades back. Bombs dropped the ramp. It's just unfortunate time for ASAP to DC there, but give you 8th round for Vertex, pretty much, unless Danny G can do some miracle working here. And this could be a start of it. Apoc does pushing hard. Danny G playing passive. Did you hear that, Danny G? I think he did. Still loses to Apoc Dud, makes it 8 on the board. Yeah, ASAP DC mid round. That's a bit unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate. It looks like he's back in. It does look like he's back in, so everything seems okay. So I don't think we will get a tech timeout. So we're going to be remaining live for the moment.
Yep. And the worst part is that it was during gameplay, which is the worst type of scenario. You don't get it back. Players have been damaged. Bit unfortunate. Let's give you 8-3. 5 AK, so you know, at least they still got a gun round in it. You know, could have been worse. Could have been economy in complete tatters, but still an 8th round to VERTEX. You know, probably not something they wanted. But you know, they still had the confidence. They're like, hey, you know, we only lost that round due to this, but we can definitely get into these sites. Like we've done it before, or it could be a real momentum breaker.
Yeah.
Apoc died. They've all flashed actually. Danny G's got the opener. Can they do a bit more to push Squeaky once again? This is their signature. They seem to just push it non-stop. And VERTEX just don't have an answer. Addict's just been literally ejected off a site. And once again, Paradox get to A and straight away save from VERTEX.
Yeah, and once again, Paradox pick up another round. The money is not great still for VERTEX. It would have been even worse if, I believe it was Danny G last alive in that last round. If he found any of those kills on the last 4 players, they would have been in an even worse spot right now. But luckily for them, it's still okay. And with the 3 rifles saved, they will be able to afford to drop over to Addict, or at least one of them will be able to afford to drop over. And Apoc Dud should have enough money to bring something in of his own anyway.
Yep. 4th round aboard for Paradox. Much needed 4th round. PZ just holding the angle, make sure he doesn't lose that orb. Another flashbang just to ensure it. They keep the rifles. Ruffleco actually picked up an AK as well. Not sure who from actually, but must be from one of his fallen teammates who picked up an AK. Because it's 2 M4s. So Ruffleco does pick up an AK. So I don't think it was from Paradox because none of the Paradox fellas fell over as far as I know. Now, 8-4. Very, very close. Nuke half now. Was looking like an absolute slaughter earlier. ASAP looking towards Yard. PZ on the blue box. Next to Big Garage. I gotta say, he's gonna check T-Silo. Nobody there. Oh, he spotted. He actually almost collateral both Chelios and ASAP. Actually gonna be thrown in. Here's Kobe ASAP. Danny G once again just harassing from Squeaky. And it just doesn't seem like VERTEX can do anything about it. Just Danny G always seems to get that opening kill. Now Apoc Dud in the vents. Ruffleco takes down Danny G. Finally deals with the Squeaky menace. Now Apoc Dud. He's got the flank and he's cleaned up Danger and Chelios. He just gets ragdolled away at control. And VERTEX with 9.
And they're bouncing back, you know, they lose a round, they bounce back their next one, and it's a back and forth match this has suddenly turned into. The good thing for VERTEX is that they had the strong 7-0 start. So they've got a lot of breathing room to play with right now. Obviously, Paradox, even if they come out of the first half with 4 rounds, it's still not the end of the world. You win the pistol round, you get the money flowing early on your CT side. It's a pretty much even game.
Yeah. PZ, I'm gonna say last time, PZ, incredible work with the MVP. Apoc Dud pre-firing. He knows Danny G's gonna come after him. Every round, Danny G just goes for the Squeaky, but Apoc Dud's been tagged by Danny G again. He is really the menace of Squeaky, isn't he? It's like you just can't even go to Squeaky, he's just tagging you up. Chelios looking for the ramp player as well. Just all looking for the VERTEX players. Well, Chelios has an idea where Ruffleco will be on ramp, given the deflection of the nade there. Still, Danny G still trying to look for Apoc Dud. He's not giving up. He's just spamming that AK through, just hoping someone's at CT vents. Now, Paradox going for the execute. Apoc Dud on the off angle. Can they find Apoc Dud? Another smoke being in. Oh, Apoc Dud has his head ripped off by Danger. Now Addict, he's getting by himself on the A side. Just gonna hope he gets the right direction. He throws a nade out. Danny G's already pushed up. Race does trade, taking on Chelios on ramp. ASAP will trade out, and that will be the bomb play on the A side. I think PZ and Ruffleco is calling it a day. Ruffleco has a bit of other ideas, though. I'll be coming in with a bit of a backstab. ASAP, got to be careful. He ain't careful, and Ruffleco gives him a quick sucker punch to the face. Now Ruffleco trying to find a bit more, trying to create a bit of noise. He's waiting for Netic, and Ruffleco, well, he's sent back to the drawing board by Netic. PZ trying to keep players on the site. But no, Netic sends them face first to a dirt nap. That's going to be a 5th round on the board for Paradox.
And if you consider it, if you're taking into consideration the 7-0 start for VERTEX, 5 rounds for Paradox in this first half has got to be considered a success.
Yeah,
since that, it's literally been 5-2 Paradox, so they've done well to bounce back.
Yeah, I was going to say this right now. Like, I thought there was going to be 10-0 to Vertex, and it's just going to be a stomping on Nuke.
Mhm.
Paradox done a very good job. Like, really,
Just
I'm not sure.
grinding it out.
Still going to plan. Danny G still, he's getting work done on Squeaky every single time, and Vertex just hasn't had an answer for it. But Vertex still 9 rounds on the board. Good enough effort given, like, how the last few rounds have played out. Just Denny G's just being an absolute pest on Squeaky every
Yeah.
single time. Just Denny G making sure they can't go to Squeaky or Mini and have that little lineup. It's always in the control of Paradox. And that's how they get onto this A site now, because basically they can't have the pre-fire location. They can't hold that angle. Now PZ's going to hold it. Denny G's going to be very careful here, because PZ's going to send them straight to 7 ways to hell, but PZ will drop down to the vents. Denny G will hear that. And this is actually the first round Danny G hasn't gone super aggressive on Squeaky. He backed out.
Well, he showed it, yeah. So they're at least showing it. Like I said earlier, if they're not going to push it, and it's actually going to be a pure fake to be. Ooh, who's that? Danger taking some tags from Brace through the smoke, and I think this ramp rotation is going to come in definitely when PZ starts seeing some T's running his way.
Yeah, PZ could get at least 1 or 2 here. He's got a safe position at vent he can go back into. Rufflecoat's coming to back up as well. They're expecting a B hit. They're not sure if the damage was there or not, but they're just going to guess that the damage was there because they didn't have anyone to hear. PZ with the AWP. Going to line up the boost. Got to be careful with this boost because if PZ sees even an inkling, he's going to go for it. He's being tagged with a Rufflecoat to stairs. He's got 1-2. Takes down Netic. Bombs dropped. PZ's on the cross. Annihilates Danger, and Rufflecoat on the stairs takes down ASAP. Danny G tags out Brace, but Apoc Dud is going to give him a little greeting, and it'll be a 10-5 half. And we'll be back with more Vertex and Paradox action after the break.
When you need an
Welcome back, guys, to the second half. Josh here with Wix for Vertex v Paradox on the second half of Nuke. And it looked one-sided early on. Somehow they brought it back in.
Yep,
How do
for
you think
sure. With this half, it comes down to the pistol. Pistol's going to be a real telltale. If Paradox can't win the pistol, then obviously Vertex get that leg up in the second half, and they have the chance to pick up some early T rounds, which is definitely what they're going to want now to just pad their lead. Paradox literally want the opposite. They want to make this lead as minuscule as possible with some early CT-sided rounds, and they want to be building their money, which is ever so important on that CT side. Danny G going to drop. He's going to be found, though, and his Netic going to be spotted. Not before Peas. He's going to eat some bullets, but it's all Ruffleco on a tear on the B side. There's going to be a few knives in the mix as well, but this is looking like the Vertex's round, and it is. 11 on the board now for Vertex.
Yeah, that was an absolute slaughter of a pistol round. It didn't feel like Paradox were defending, I'm going to say. It was just a very, very, very convincing pistol round from Vertex there. Very, very convincing. And just basically, Paradox just couldn't do anything. They couldn't defend it. They had 2 sets of dualies as well. They were trying to lure Vertex into pushing via ramp so Danger would get a couple of kills. But that didn't work out. And they just pushed it hard and Squeaky, and then bam, they had the round. Now it's going to be a full eco. Now, actually, PC's been dinked. He's got the MP5 out. Now, Mac 10 coming in from Attic. He's been flashed himself. Spamming the Mac 10. We'll take down ASAP eventually. However, trade up by Netic. Rufflecoat quick trade as well. 2 for 1. And the MP5 gets a few more kills. And Brace takes down Danger. And that should be the round here. Chelios with Zuzi in trophy. Maybe get a kill here against Brace with the P2000. Not a chance. 12th round on the board for Vertex. And Vertex got a real opportunity here to take this map. They've got the 2 rounds on the board. Paradox will buy up.
Yep.
They have a real chance here.
This is a crucial round for Paradox. Not only do they need to win it, Josh, they need to win it with players staying alive. Because every player that drops, even if they win the round, they are not going to afford a full buy next round. That's a certainty. Some of them might even be able to afford an M4.
Chels burns for a bit at mini. Gotta say, Vertex using that utility rather than Danny G on Paradox as the squeaky push. Danny G, talking about the player in hand. at stairs. Nedic on the other side at Toxic. Chelios hoping it's a mini hit. They've actually pushed down Secret Vertex. Gotta be careful here because you're running into Danny G at stairs. Nedic is going to throw the HE quickly. Does no damage.
Oh boy.
Danny G, he spots the boost, takes down Ruffleco. Most to be thrown in. They will aggressive to Danny G. Danny's got 2 and 3. Beautiful. Now Bracey's seen Nedic as well. This is a round that Paradox needed on the CT side. Now Attic might be trying to go into the A site. Chelios, no mistake, just a shoulder hit into a head hit. That's just Brace left in the vents. Can he find anyone? Seeing Chelios going for the pre-fight to a CT vents. Brace doesn't capitalize in the end. Chelios is following downwards, and in the end, Nedic. Ooh. Fear is becoming very strong here, and the 6th round on the board for Paradox.
And it's getting a little bit fiery on the server.
Mm-hmm.
And great hold from Danny G, I have to say. It looked a little bit awkward for him after he quickly deployed the smoke on the stairs, but accuracy was on point with his M4A1S spray, and he found 3. And Paradox now have 6 on the board. Timeout being called for Vertex. It is going to be their 3rd. 1 timeout left for the remainder of map number 1. So, going to talk it over. Maybe try and assess what they're going to do from here on out, because obviously Rufflecoat is not on the best of money. He's going to have to buy up an AK Kevlar helmet and a smoke. And probably just talk over exactly what I want to do here. Addict is, I believe, he doesn't have a rifle in front of him, so he's going to be stuck on the P250, and maybe some smokes deployed on outside again. Who knows?
I gotta say, also, Paradox got a buy round coming in. 12-6. Is she gonna be thrown in? Can I do a bit of damage? They do. Great work by Danny G here in yard. I think he's gonna be forced back out. Chelios has been flashed out as well. Danny G peeks out one more time, and PZ makes him pay for it. Chelios, he tries to peek out too to help Danny G, but he's been tagged up as well. He doesn't get a trade at all. PZ wrapping around. The A-site player's got to watch out because PZ is going to be jumping on over. And the rest of the Vertex gang are going down to the B bomb site. PZ with a potential flank, but I don't think anyone's there anymore. Nedic jumping up on the catwalk. PZ does find Chelios in the end at CT vents. Attic takes down ASAP and Danger. I think they've realized they're going to go to the A site instead. Yep, they are. Both A site players being taken out. And I suspect the rest of the site, or the rest of the players on B site.
You have to save.
Yep.
Got
Good
to
round
save.
by Vertex.
If they save and keep these 2 M4s, they can afford to drop over to ASAP and Chelios next round. So, a huge save, and realistically, Vertex can't afford to chase because, again, they're in the same spot. Money is not great for them either. So, I think both teams are just going to agree to disagree and agree to just see the rest of this one out with 7 players alive in the server.
13-6 for Vertex. I was going to say, Vertex, they got the 2 rounds, 2 pistol rounds in the anti-eco. Now I've got a gun round on the board.
Yeah.
Now I've got to say, it all started at yard as well. You know, getting Danny G early, heavily tagging Chelios, and then finding ASAP on that A side as well, pretty much ending the round. Massive picks.
And a key player like Danny G, he is not the one you want to be losing first. I know he does so well to find entry kills and stuff in rounds and first bloods, but sometimes when you're playing for that first blood, you're going to be first blooded on. And we saw that a few times against Looking for Org, where they found him in a few crucial rounds, and Paradox off the back of it did not have that rifle firepower to see out the rest of the round, and Vertex have been doing that very, very well so far.
Important round here. If Paradox loses, it will definitely be map point unless they save a bunch of rifles. ASAP pushes in. Quick 2-tap on the Addict. And now another nade's hit a player. Oh, just as he looked away, Apoc just delivers a coup de grace to ASAP. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Got no respect. Vertex are going pretty aggressive there on ASAP. ASAP probably didn't expect that either. That's why he turned around for the flash. Now Brace wiggling through Squeaky. Doesn't hear any information at the moment that he can act on. Vertex now electing to go into yard. Now, Danny G and Mini, just in case you thought he was in the dumpster area. And that's making a way to wrap around and potentially on Mini or potentially on the A side itself from Heaven. Smoke's going to be thrown in. Danny G being isolated. Chilios sees the feet of Brace. PZ takes out Danny G and that's Mini lost. And now Chilios going for the pre-fire. I think that was a bait and Brace baited it to perfection. And Netic, Brace again taking out Netic. Now Danger, he's seen the wraparound. Will take one down, but Ruffleco with an immediate trade from Heaven. Makes it 14. And as I said, it's going to be 15 now. They had to hold that and had to win that round. And VERTEX have a massive opportunity to take Paradox's map pick.
Yeah, and VERTEX are giving Paradox a taste of exactly what they had against Order. You know, they were getting stomped like this, VERTEX, in the match before this one on the A stream. And, you know, Paradox, I'm going to say it, they've been disappointing for me right now on the, you know, on a team that's been statistically, obviously it's not the same 5, but statistically a team that have been an absolute powerhouse on Nuke. As of right now, I'm yet to see that.
They just haven't been very good on Nuke. However, this round could change it. No, maybe not. Maybe I was just, you know, being very hopeful that the Glocks and the P2000 to 5.7s, actually not, whatever, 5.7s, P2000s and Deagles could win it. But not too optimistic about that now. Netic trying to finish off PZ, and PZ wins with a Glock out of all things. There's just nothing's going Paradox's way at the moment, and VERTEX should have round number 15. They didn't get a weapon in the end. Not even a pick onto VERTEX.
Yeah,
and that'll be a bomb plant by Ruffleco for VERTEX, and that'll be 15
Danger's
on the B-bomb side.
Danger's not going to have sufficient money for a full buy in this next round as well, round number 15. So, 22, excuse me. So, but it is going to be round 15 for VERTEX. Obviously, Paradox, they need to win the next 9 straight, not to win the map, to secure overtime. They can't even win the map at this point in regulation time. It's going to have to go further than, let's do maths here. 35
trying
rounds.
to get the AK. He does get the AK. Might be able to run away with that. I don't think so. I think he'll be stopped because there's a player at T-Spawn who can intervene potentially as well. Danny G at Squeaky. Ruffleco checking the locations. He actually sees Danny G's side and the AK. Well, he's not going to steal it. He did take out Addict in the end, but it's just going to be so hard sometimes to just steal away a weapon at the, you know, edge of time where you have no idea where anyone is.
Yeah, Tech Paul called in because I think we've lost Danger off the back of that round, so possibly just having a quick game reset. But nevertheless, Paradox, like I said, 9 map points for the VERTEX squad, and the Wolves are one round away from securing map 1 and going 1 map ahead, of course, in the best of 3. Paradox map pick being Nuke. It's got to be concerning, if I'm being honest. They were expecting Nuke to be an absolute... I could imagine they were expecting Nuke to just be an absolute walkover, the way VERTEX lost to Order in the first series of the day. So, yeah, I mean, they've been hit by an absolute truck right now. And
let's upgrade that truck to a train. Okay, let's just, yeah,
let's do it. Why not?
The bus beam, put the bus beam, put Paradox, Nuke win streak, and then the train being VERTEX. Literally that's literally the meme at the moment because they've been hit by a train, literal train, because VERTEX have a big CT side, 7-0 up. They stop them, they jam them up, end up 10-5. They win pistols on T side. They convert the anti-eco as well without little loss, and then Paradox do win 1 round, and then straight away they just bounce back and just start essentially just piling on the rounds, and now they've got themselves in a scenario 15-6. Paradox got their toughest round yet, which will be this one, because they won't have much of a utility or any nades, and they're just piling in. VERTEX, a ramp. Chelios needs to go big. He does, and no scope on the Ruffleco. Can he get a bit more? Has to just do anything at this point. Danger with the AUG, he only gets 1, but traded out by Apoc Dud. But he does a lot of damage there, Danger. Apoc Dud, gotta be careful. Almost died to full damage there. He was so close to dying to full damage. Because jumping off that ramp there, 6 full damage, and he had to just float back on to make sure it didn't die to full damage. It would have been very anticlimactic to make this a 1v3 in that sort of way. But Brace and Apoc Dud trying to salvage this round. ASAP checking out Brace sees the shadow, and ASAP, he's going to be sent packing. Now it's a 2v2. Like I say, Apoc Dud can't do much. He has to play passive angles. Brace has to be point man It's all on the in-game leader Brace. The
And
wiggle.
the
What he's known
CT
for.
setup. The CT setup has to be split 1-for-1 here. They're not sure if it's coming ramp. They're not sure if it's coming heaven. Netic playing really passively, holding main from outside. Obviously, Danny G holding ramp like this, but he's going to have a gunfight to win here, and he does just that. Brace being found now, and VERTEX with APOC done especially. He's in this one to win the 1v2. Cannot do so. Netic sends him flying and packing.
Kobe!
But that's only the start. They have 8 more rounds to win. And not only that,
Yep.
they're going to be running into financial problems along the way, that's for sure. They found one of them now. Danger does not have a full buy. He's going to have to buy up the MP9. And VERTEX have built up a good amount of economy. So they're going to be bringing an AWP into this round, and hopefully Peasy for them can cause a lot of fireworks.
I can
Chelios
say
no AWP
Peasy.
in this round, just a note.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of good to rely on the rifles in a situation here. But I guess, that means you're going to surrender yard control if they don't have that AWP. And that's exactly what they plan to do. As you can see here, the surrendered yard control. PC just checking all the angles. He's looking for Chelios, actually, looking for Secret and the red box. Danny G in Secret. Those going to get a Secret. Danny G in the box, but PZ's ready for it. Danny G, if he pops up, PZ's ready to send a pack in. He feels like Danny G is giving Secret. Given that there was no one in Workshop, no one at red box, he's just feeling someone's in Secret instead. PZ being very, very patient. Waiting the clock to tick over. He knows Danny G is going to pop up and look for information. Very slow play from VERTEX. I feel like, slow play and Nuke can be underrated at times. Danny G is just going to fall back. As you can see here, Paradox surrendering yard control to VERTEX. This is going to allow VERTEX to essentially do what they want.
Danny G really wants to peek.
And Paradox has to react to it. Now Chelios, he's going to hold heaven. He knows they're going to rotate and wrap around heaven potentially as well. The ramp player is under a lot of pressure as well. Because the ramp player is going to realize that he's got 2 different angles to look at. I think the ramp player is indeed... Did it have a ramp player? Brace checking in. Loses. Profico trades that Chelios on Mustang. Pop flash being thrown in. Molotov towards Ninja. Counter Molotov though. Profico might push this regardless. ASAP and Ninja bodied by an Addict. Addict might get a second. He does get a second as Netic checks Mini. Now Danny G bopping out back in the squeaky, trying to just tag up anyone. PC tagged up at CT Vents. Missed opportunity, but Addict stops Danny G. And this could be the map here. And it is the map from PZ. Pops Danger, and that is 16-7 on map number 1 to VERTEX. And that is quite an upset. Like, real huge upset.
Well, yeah,
on map.
definitely. I mean, to win 16-7 against Paradox